Hey, hello leaders, and welcome to another version or another episode of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. I'm Paul Grau, your host, and today we're covering episode number 340, and we're still continuing on the key takeaways from the John Maxwell team's international certification event that I went to last week in Orlando, Florida. So you are listening to or watching the video version of my daily podcast, Run to Your Leadership Challenges. And you get to see all my mistakes and double takes and bloopers, if you will, because I don't edit this video version and I'll add a little bit of value on the end. So with that said, let me push the record button and we will get going. Hello, leaders, and welcome to another episode of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Hey, this whole week, I'm very excited to bring you my key takeaways from the John Maxwell International Certification event that I attended last week in Orlando, Florida. Man, I am so honored and excited to be a part of the John Maxwell team as a certified coach, speaker, and trainer. So let's get right into today's big takeaway. I want to share another takeaway from John Maxwell himself, and it was from his worship service that he actually gave on Monday morning when he talked about different perspectives on possessions and life in general. Now, John presented us with 4 perspectives centered around the Bible story about the Good Samaritan. The first 3 perspectives were the perspectives of the robber, the Levites, and the Samaritan. However, it was the 4th perspective that really opened my eyes to individual gifts and talents as being a possession. Now, you see, the 4th perspective, as John put it, was what is mine is not mine, and I'm going to manage it. Now, this really hit home with me because just think about the natural talent that you have. And, you know, our natural talents aren't necessarily our own. We were given those natural talents to manage them and to basically give them away to other people. So, you know, it may be that you're great at math. You know, just think that is a gift because not a whole lot of people are gifted at math. So maybe you can be an engineer or something that uses math. Maybe you're great at listening to people's problems, listening to people just tell you about certain things. Maybe you should be a coach, or maybe you should be a counselor. You know, maybe you're just super smart and you just love, chemistry and stuff like that. Maybe you should get into medical field or something in that field, developing medications or, in some kind of lab. You know, whatever your gift is, whether it's teaching, whether you are a great cook and that just all comes naturally, whether you're an accountant, a farmer, a carpenter, a writer, a speaker, it doesn't matter. Whatever your gifts are, whatever those things that really come natural to you, you didn't get them just to hoard on yourself. You got them to manage them and to give them away, to use them so other people could benefit. Well, if you hoard your gift and talent all to yourself, it does nobody any good. In fact, it probably doesn't even do yourself any good. So each one of us has a unique gift or gifts to manage. And we're given these gifts to give to others. Our gifts are meant to give away. And that's just like possessions to us. We get possessions to manage them and to help others and to give to others. Sure, we can have nice things. I'm not saying you can't have nice things, but we have gifts, talents to give to others, to use for others. And here's the real kicker. The more that we give our gift away, the better we seem to get at it. And in doing so, we help others at the same time. So I have one question for you today. And that is, what are you hoarding to yourself? What's the skill or gift or talent that you don't want to share with others? What are you holding back? And what is holding you back? Or maybe you just aren't sure of what your gifts are. So, if you heard my episode yesterday, I told you about a mastermind group that I'm going to be starting up on April 23rd to walk 10 people through four chapters of one of John Maxwell's books. I also told you that I'm offering free scholarships to the first 10 people, and it will only cost you the price of the book. That's it. For 4 weeks of probably a 90-minute to 2-hour mastermind session each week with 9 other people, and I'll be facilitating it. You see, when you get in a group of like-minded people together, who are intentional about learning and growing, great things are going to happen. And one of those things is you get to share your gifts with each other and get ideas of how you can share your gifts with others even more. So if you're interested in being one of the 10 people in this first mastermind group, send me an email to Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Again, it'll start on April 23rd, which is a Tuesday, so be sure you are locked in as one of the first 10 by dropping me an email today. And as soon as I get your email, I'll send you more details. Hey, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges. Okay, so that's the video version, and I hit the stop button. I'll go back and edit that down to about probably 4 minutes. This week is going to be a little bit too longer because I'm sharing these key takeaways, and I don't want to cut you short. So, a little extra value on here is, man, John shared some really cool things, and what I'm going to do to add some really extra value to you all watching the video is I want to share the first 3 perspectives as well. So the perspective of the robber was, what is mine, and I'm going to take it. So basically the robber, I'm sorry. The perspective of the robber is, what is yours is mine, and I'm going to take it. So you run into people all the time like this, right? I mean, you don't have to physically be out there stealing banks and stuff to have this perspective of the robber, because like John pointed out, we are all born with a robber's perspective. And John pointed out that entitlement is a robber's perspective. Entitlement is a robber's mindset. The second perspective is the perspective of the Levites, and they were selfish, okay? And that perspective is, what is mine, and I'm going to keep it. So the Levites said, hey, everything I own is mine, and don't even try to take it. And the funny thing that John pointed out is, we get everything from God, and God gives us it. So if God wants to take it back, he can take it back just like that. So, I mean, when you have and he also said, selfish people always cheat themselves. And I thought that was pretty profound. And then finally, the third perspective was the perspective of the Good Samaritan. And this perspective is, what is mine is yours, and I'm going to give it. Now, when he said that, I'm like, man, what is the fourth perspective he's going to talk about? And then, of course, he brought out the fourth perspective, and that is, what is mine is not mine, and I'm going to manage it, and I'm going to give it away. And he did this example, and I'm at 9 minutes. I'm going to share what he gave us. So he shared this example, and he told this story. He said, I need to take a few people out to lunch, and I need $100, but man, I don't have my wallet, and I don't have any cash. And so this guy stood up in the audience and went up and handed him a $100 bill. And everybody's like, he just handed him a $100 bill. Well, the funny thing is, John said, here's the deal. This guy came up and gave me that $100 bill because I had given him that $100 bill right before I came onto stage. And I told him to hold on to it because I'm going to want it back. I'm going to ask for it back in just a few minutes. And John said, that's exactly the way God gives us talents and gifts. God gives us that talent, but it's not really ours. He just gives it to us to manage it. Isn't that cool? So what are you hoarding? What kind of gift, talent are you holding on to that you need some encouragement, some to boost you up and to say, yeah, this is a gift, this is a talent, and I need to share it with others. Man, if that's you, man, I'm asking you to join the mastermind, because I would love to be in a group that helps you bring out your gift and encourages you to share it with others. Hey, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Run to your challenges.